Hi, loves. Okay, I have some high performance life lessons that I want to share. Wow, I swear I have like the most profound lessons every single time I come to the barn. I actually had lessons from both the dogs today. I had great reflections from both the shepherds earlier. My dad just messaged me about one of the shepherds. The horse situation today was a tad bit different. This is about having grace with yourself. And animals are reflections. So I'm going to explain what that means. And this is what I share when I coach on high performance. Like, we're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. We have to be able to have grace with ourselves. It's actually a key to high performance. Firstly, don't mind my congestion right now. I am healing my allergies. I used to be super allergic to horses. I've healed them about 50% a couple of months ago when I came to the barn. So about a month ago when I came to the barn. I hadn't been to the barn in 13 years. And I love horseback riding, but I used to be deathly allergic. Like, I ended up in the hospital a couple times with hives all over. Anyways, it was so fun, but like my lungs, I couldn't even tell my mom. I literally felt like I couldn't breathe. I was like, but I love riding so much. And I manifested this horseback riding trip, with my favorite actress and my mama, which I'll link up. But, yeah, for those of you who don't know, allergies are reflections as well. We can heal them naturally, and that's what I've been doing, processing a lot of super deep-seated grief, etc. So if you're like, I want to heal my allergies, you can do it naturally. It's a thing. I'm 50% there. I am committed to getting at least 95 to 98% before the horseback riding trip in January. Okay, for the high performance. Okay, so for the epiphany that I learned riding today, it was just a remembrance of, well, let me spin back. So this weekend, I don't usually work weekends, but I was working on Saturday. I was teaching data, and then I did a podcast that I was super inspired to do that I'm going to cut for you guys shortly on Burning Man and how I no longer identify as spiritual. So stay tuned for that. But then I did a masterclass, a prosperity masterclass, which if you haven't grabbed it, I have gotten so much profound feedback on this that it was people's favorite masterclass. There's an activation in there to remember your divinity and your innate worth, to embody it, not just know it mentally, but to embody it. And I do intuitive reads in there. I'll link it up, but yeah, it was so good. We went almost 4 hours, and then I had a meeting with my mentor. So it was a very busy weekend. Okay. Then Monday rolls around. I hadn't had time to rest. And then I saw one of my dearest friends, probably my longest withstanding friend. Shout out to Bridget. I freaking love you. For dinner on Sunday. And then Monday rolls around and I have back-to-back clients. And then I have a meeting with my VA, and I was working till 9. And then I had some bonus calls for the mastermind today, as well as some other stuff that I am creating. And so it has been back to back to back. And then I had to run to the barn. I was quite late, in a rush, I should say. And then I get here, and it was the first time, I forgot a couple things of tacking up, and I was already so exhausted, and my nervous system was jacked up. So anyways, finally I get tacked up, had to get a little bit of help with it, and I am kind of vibrating on the horse, and I just knew, because horses are reflectors. So immediately what crosses my mind is, today's not going to be a good ride. What if something goes bad? Blah blah blah. I'm trading subconscious reprogramming and high performance, so I start reprogramming my thoughts. Anyways, my nervous system was pretty jacked up though, and also very exhausted. So I was able to reframe my thoughts, but my energy, not so much. Needless to say, it was probably the most difficult ride I've had since I've been back riding. I almost fell off a couple times, and the horse was literally responding to me. His name's King. He almost tripped a couple times, and I was he's literally just reflecting me. And I was going to jump today. My coach, last time I rode last week, she's hey, next time we're jumping. I didn't even canter, because I was I'm going to make this. So I told myself, and I committed to myself, I'm going to make this the best ride that I can with my capacity, because my capacity right now is not at the highest because I've been go, 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 and work has been like thriving, and my friendships have been thriving, and I've put a lot of intention and time into that and to my family. And I also went through one of the biggest ego deaths and grief portals while healing my allergies because they were connected, or working on this last week. And so it's been a lot of processing, and sometimes we just have to like show up for ourselves and show ourselves we're showing up for ourselves, but today's not going to be the best day. This like brings me back to my figure skating days, or when I was like nominated for athlete of the year out of like 800 people in my grad class. Like, we just have to show up sometimes. And I chose today. My coach was like, do you want to canter? And I said, no. My ego wanted to canter, but I knew that I wanted to make it. I knew that I wanted to make it a ride that was going to program in my nervous system and my body safety, and that I can expand from here, because I knew if I canter, something probably would have happened. And like, my ego was like, we were going to jump today. And like, last week's ride was amazing, but I know the mind so well that like, if I cantered in that state with that nervous system, with that tiredness, plus the horse reflecting that I was already stressed, I was rushed getting here because of our bonus mastermind call, which we stayed on late for, which I'm so happy we did, because wow, some massive shifts happen for people. And I'm so excited to see what they create with them. But if I had just like pushed myself that much extra, like I did when I was figure skating, got super injured and couldn't walk, what would have happened was something like traumatic would have happened. Then I would have had to go and heal that trauma. And so as a high performance coach, like sometimes we just have to have grace with ourselves and do something that is like less of an ego boost, but sustainable for a long-term jump. And this is the same in business. Sometimes we just don't have the capacity to push. And we got to step back a bit in order to be able to sustain that business without burning out. I speak from somebody who has burnt out numerous times. And now that I built it more sustainably, I push less. And you know what? Now it's compounding, and yeah, maybe the jumps aren't as big as they were at one point, but the consistent revenue is a lot higher. And so you always want to look for high performance, and like to really actually prosper, you want to think long term. You want to act long term. What is the thing that is going to benefit you long term versus like an ego boost or a sugar boost in the moment? Okay, I love you guys. I'm going to pop the prosperity portal masterclass up here, and the portal is 50% off. And last thing, it's literally about the process. Like, The Alchemist is such a powerful book. If we are not enjoying the journey, like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? If we are not enjoying the journey of business, if we are not enjoying the journey of friendships or relationship or, you know, even dating, then you will burn out. You will get resentful. And so it turned into like not the best ride, almost falling off twice at a trot. The horse tripped like 3 times. And at the end, it was like a decent ride. It turned out to be great because I was like, I'm not going to push myself so much. I'm not going to push him so much. He wasn't ridden yesterday as well. So like, you know, he was just getting back into it after like a couple day break in order to have a way better freaking ride tomorrow. And this is how we want you guys to think. This is how we create sustainable prosperity.